Okay, welcome back, students. So today we are going to discuss about other problem in design of a helical spring. So with the different data set or different given data. So let us discuss the problem here. So at the bottom of a mine shaft, a group of 10 identical closed coil helical springs are set in parallel to observe the shock caused by the falling cage in the case in case of the failure. So let me explain with the diagram. Imagine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and parallelly in the other side I have a 5 springs, which is nothing but a closed coil helical spring. And imagine I'm having a cage which weighing 75 kilonewton, which is given in my particular data. You can see here. So the loaded cage weighs 75 kilonewton, while the counterweight has a weight of counterweight in the sense since this particular cage may be used a pulley to transmit a power. The counterweight of that particular counterweight would be 15 kilonewton. Okay, so if the loaded cage falls through a height of, for example, let us have the distance between this particular spring part and this particular cage would be around 50 meters. Okay, so from rest, find the maximum stress induced in each spring. They are asking me to find out what would be the maximum shear stress in my spring. If its diameter, they have given the diameter value d, diameter of the coil spring, which is nothing but 50 mm of a steel rod, and they have given the spring index, which is nothing but a c, and the number of active turns in the coil is in each spring is 20, which is nothing but n. So number of active coil which is nothing but 20, and the modulus of rigidity value is given as a 80 kilonewton per millimeter square. Okay, so this is the problem which has been given. It is a really a practical example to design a particular helical spring. Okay, so now let us get into a given data. What is given in data actually? So the total number of springs available over in this particular problem is number of spring is 10, and they are given what is the weight of the cage and what is the weight of a counterweight, and they are given from which height the particular gauge is falling. They are given the diameter of the spring, they are given the spring index, total number of coil in each spring, and they are given modulus of rigidity value. So since I have to use a P, I'm using here as a this may be taken as either W1 and this may be taken as a W2, and I'm writing it over here. So total load can be written as W1 minus W2, since W1 is higher, and I identified that the net weight of the falling load. For example, I can say that from the weight of the cage after minusing the counterweight would be 60 kilonewton. Now let us go to a data book from page number 7.100 for a circular cross section. Y is equal to 8 pc cube n divided by GD. So I know the value of I know the value of C, I know the value of N, I know the value of G, I know the value of D. I doesn't know what is the value of, since I have used a P already, here I am changing the notation as W. Okay, so I doesn't know what is the load W over here. Okay, so now the Y deflection will be in terms of W. Y is equal to 0.008 W millimeter. Now let us go back, and we have to consider here the work done by falling load. The work done by the falling load is equal to energy stored in the helical spring. Energy stored in the helical spring. So work done by the falling load can be given as P into H by H plus Y, where H is nothing, P is nothing but the net load falling towards the spring. H is nothing but the distance from which the particular cage is falling. Y is nothing but a deflection, which is equal to the energy stored in the helical spring, which is nothing but a half into W into Y into 10, where W is nothing but the total load. Okay, so we know the value of P, we know the value of H, we know the value of Y in terms of W. Here also we know the Y value of Y in terms of W. If you try to substitute, we would have one quadratic equation, and if you try to solve this quadratic equation, we may have the total weight which is acting on an individual spring. Okay, which is nothing but 269,500 Newton. So from the data book, page number 7.100 for a circular cross section, the shear stress can be written as Ks into 8Wc pi d square. So now I know the value of W, now I know the value of C, and now I know the value of D. So if you go to your data book, it will be given this notation as P. So only in order to show the difference, I have written P is equal to W here. If I try to find out the Ks value, I can similarly find out the shear stress value. So Ks is equal to 4c minus 1 divided by 4c minus 4 plus 0.615 divided by C. So I know the value of C as 6. If I try to substitute, I can find out the wall shear stress factor Ks is equal to 1.25. And if you try to substitute this particular Ks value in your previous problem, I mean previous formulae, 1.25 into 8 into 269500 into 6 divided by pi into 50 square. So I can find out what is the maximum stress acting on each spring. Okay, so I hope you understood this particular problem. We can meet with the other problem in our next lecture. Thank you.